Ahoy also ham to James, who's in Bristol in England.
Hi lads, it's James here from Bristol in the UK. I'm getting in touch as I'm a radio reporter over here and a press release came across my desk today which immediately made me think of all the extreme empaths amongst us. So it turns out that researchers at the University of Bath, which you may or may not know is one of the more prestigious universities over here, have looked into how to get more people to buy solo bananas because it turns out they equate for millions of tons of food waste every year because obviously normally you'd buy a bunch. And they worked out that if they label them with sad faces along with a sign that says, "We are sad singles and we want to be bought as well," sales increased by 60%.
Wow.
So I just thought you better know that scientists and the eminent people amongst us are starting to catch on that extreme empathy is something that could be exploited by shops and businesses. And it also got me thinking that if these solo bananas could talk, what would they sound like? And immediately I thought of Jack's "I'm just a little boy." And it made me think that if they could talk, they would probably sound something like this. "We're sad singles and we want to be bought too."
Great, James.
No notes. Couldn't that perfect message couldn't have been shorter.
Well, I mean, he's right. And we know that there's extreme empaths amongst us. In fact, they keep emailing us in, hamishandy.com.
So many. There have been just so many of the government mandated break. We thought we've got to dip into them.
Well, let's play the opener, which is, of course, every single song ever written. No song shall be left out because, of course, that would be sad for that particular song.
I hope everyone feels seen and appreciated.
Do you want me to go first or you?
You go for it.
Olivia. On warm nights, this must be a summer one, fresh, my husband turns the ceiling fan in our room on high as we're getting into bed. Recently, I've started feeling sorry for the poor fan as it works tirelessly through the night on the highest setting. So I'll wake up and turn it down to a medium-low setting in the middle of the night. I hope the fan appreciates it.
Give it a break.
Nothing more than feeling.
That is nice. That is nice. I mean, just when I think we can't get, like, I'm like, okay, I think we've done all of them. The level that come in, like, sometimes you start reading them and you're like, what, like, where, how could this be?
Yes.
Like, how could this, I don't even know how there's empathy going on here. And then you're like, oh my God, I think I know what's going on. This comes in from Amal. He said, my partner Lucy is an extreme empath. We were driving through the Macca's car park and she came to a complete stop, although there were no pedestrians anywhere, no reversing cars or anything. I was very confused. I took a second look at the road in front of us and there was a lonely napkin blowing across the car park in the breeze. And I said, "Are you waiting for the napkin to cross the road?" Her sheepish expression said it all.
Nothing more than feeling.
So that one's curious to me.
Because you're like, I don't want to run over a
The
napkin.
napkin. I know.
Because I guess in her mind, and we can only speculate here, but I suppose to an empath, they're like, that napkin has been trapped inside.
It's escaped.
Like sardines in a jail.
Yeah.
Has been fortunate enough to escape and now is running free, the life that all napkins want. Couldn't bear the thought of it being run over in the car park after such an improbable jailbreak.
Arunan, this is from. Sometimes when my girlfriend takes a photo of some famous landmark, she does a 180 and takes a photo of it, whatever is on the other side. She knows nobody's ever taking a photo that way.
Nothing more than feeling.
This is the car park directly opposite the Taj Mahal. Oh, that's good. This is from Jade from New Zealand. She said, sometimes if I notice a weed in a place it shouldn't be, e.g. a crack in the veranda, I won't pull it out. It's endured enough, growing in such a challenging environment, and it's worked so hard to get where it is. I let it go, as that's Darwin's theory at its best. I will, however, pull out any of its children. They haven't had to try that hard at all, and they don't deserve it.
Nothing more than feeling.
So she's against Nepo babies for weeds, but fully cool with the trailblazing weed.
This is from Joe. My girlfriend has just discovered the fridge becomes full darkness when you close the door. Late in life,
You didn't know? They didn't know that?
Yeah. It feels bad for the food, so she went out and ordered a battery-powered light and sits it inside the fridge.
Nothing more than feeling.
This is where movies like that Seth Rogen movie Sausage Party has a lot to answer for, because people really like to attribute human feelings to food over a lot of other stuff. Like,
which is
it does
odd,
come up a lot because we eat it, we burn it, we cook it, we chop it. I mean, it's a horrible thing to have feelings.
Going off James's message at the top, I'm a sad single and I want a banana and I want to be bought too. And then you just go home and get eaten.
Yeah. It's not a good life when you get bought. Someone's got to tell the bananas. You want to stay in the shop, to be honest. And this is from Bessie. Ahoy, boys. When I get a new toothbrush, I don't use it immediately because I don't want to fire my old toothbrush on the spot with no warning. It hasn't done anything wrong. It's just aged out. So I like to ease it into retirement. So what Bessie does is she puts the new toothbrush next to the old toothbrush. So that way the old toothbrush notices that they got their last few days together before it's going to be retired, and it can perform a handover to the new toothbrush. This gives the new toothbrush time to learn and prepare for the job, while the old toothbrush has time to come to terms with its retirement.
Nothing more than feeling.
To learn and prepare for the job. Like, okay, so what's it like when you go in there? Okay, well, it's much like on the little illustration on the box he came in. Yeah, you're going up against the teeth. Yep. And you got to get it all out. You got to get all the food out, and it's going to be dark and it's going to be wild, but you'll be good. You'll be great.
Hey, and we've become a place for people with empathy for objects to come and share their feelings and feel nurtured and a part of a team. Extreme Empaths is the thing what we're talking about. They're still coming in at hamishandy.com. Hit us up there.
You send them, we'll do them. Imagine how broken we would have a huge part of the audience feel if people were sending in Extreme Empaths and we're like, we're going to move on and not do them, knowing that their emails are sitting there, unread. In the dark, so excited about being included in the show. Just a little blinking, just an email with a blue circle next to it. And we just moved on. Couldn't do it to them.
Let's get into it then. Sorry, that's the opener there. Every song ever written and performed, so no song feels left out. Haim, do you want to go first or me?
This comes in from Amelia. She says, when you look at the back of the car, you see a face, right? The brake lights are the eyes, the number plate is the mouth, and the boot opener is the nose.
Okay.
Right? So this might not be everyone, but certainly Amelia feels every make and model of a car has a face. Some cars' faces are cute, where others look quite mean to her.
Okay.
If a cute face car is attempting to merge, I'll always let them in. But if a mean car tries to merge, there's no way I'm letting them in. In fact, I'll cut them off or beep the mean cars if the opportunity presents itself, because they don't deserve my kindness.
Nothing more than feelings.
Cute cars have feelings. Mean ones have them too, I guess, but you don't have to respect them.
This is from Sarah in the UK. In London, the underground has certain parts of the track where it goes overground.
Yep, gotcha.
She says, every time the train comes out from underground, I feel an immense surge of happiness that the train is getting some vitamin D and to see some sights to break up the monotonous day.
Nothing more than feelings.
Vitamin D was the worry.
Yes.
This is from Jake. He goes, boys, I always feel bad for the yellow light in traffic when I see people ignore it and drive straight through. Like it's just there trying to do its job and people blatantly ignore it. I will always stop for the yellow light no matter what, then look up and say, I see you, yellow light, and you're doing a good job.
Nothing more than feelings.
Like the yellow light, it's not officially the bouncer of the traffic, just a staff member that's been told to go outside and try and stop people from coming in.
The red light, the security guard, the real security guard hasn't arrived yet. Yeah.
He's got a number, but this is just the guy that normally collects the dishes going, sorry, guys, we are pretty full.
This is from George Jackson in New Zealand. He has a friend. He said, I have a friend, no matter how bad, doesn't skip songs on Spotify's AI DJ because he doesn't want the DJ to feel bad about its poor recommendation.
Nothing more than feelings.
Zach says, look, I water the garden the normal way, i.e. spraying the soil under the plants. But then I look up and I feel bad for the leaves, which actually do most of the work for us humans creating oxygen. They're sitting up there working their asses off and they don't even get a drop of water for their efforts. So when I'm done, I make sure I turn it on to shower mode for the hose and I give the leaves a well-earned drink, even though I know it does nothing for the health of the plant.
Nothing more than feeling.
Man, I reckon I've got close to a reverse one for that. We have an indoor plant in our bathroom, and when I water it, I do feel like a hero because it's every 6 weeks. Like it basically it almost dies, and I bring it back. And when I give it its water and I pump it, you're only meant to give it a little bit, and I put it under the bathroom tap and I just flood it.
No, that's not good for it.
No. It's not good for a day-to-day, Jack, but trust me, this thing never thought it was drinking again.
Yeah.
And I do have that thing where I think it must just be like, finally.
Yeah.
Like, just that moment of going, oh my God, I've just been waiting for this for 2 months. And I feel like I'm helping out a mate.
Well,
they say only give it 200 mils of water and I saturate the soil. And I think it loves it. I think it loves it. I do think it loves it.
Watch Hamish's gardening program.
Just Costa going, that's not what you meant to do. Costa, I think it is enjoying it. I think I'll speak for the plants.
Haim, they keep coming in, and so we need to keep delivering them to people to know that they're not alone. With extreme empathy, it's time to jump into this. Of course, that's every song ever written, played all at once, so no song feels left out for extreme empaths. Do you want me to kick it off?
Let's do it.
This is Michael D from New Zealand. He goes, on the extreme empaths, I'm changing my fitness watch from an Apple Watch to a Garmin.
Oh, okay.
The day I picked up my new watch, I took my Apple Watch for one last walk in the park to all the places we go, followed by a run, then a swim.
Wow.
It enjoyed
exercise.
It enjoyed the activities like we always did together for one last time.
Nothing more than feelings.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually in the same boat. Again, this is not for no weasel purposes at all here. Receipts available on request, but I'm a Garmin
Really?
because the battery lasts for 31 days. And I just couldn't.
You're not a charger.
Fast and loose, you can't be expecting me every 24 hours to get that thing back on the charge. Like that is just not going to happen. But the Apple Watch sits there dead, looking at me every time I open the drawer.
Really?
And it sees the Garmin, and the Garmin winks, I feel, and goes, maybe if you had a bit more juice. Both great products. And this is from Emma. Always keep weasel hatches open for any time in the future. Both have their merits. I made a decision based on my personal circumstances.
Yes, of course.
This is from Emma, and about our opener for Extreme Empaths. She says, I think it's lovely that you guys have included every song ever written for the theme tune. But what about all the songs that have come out since you made the theme song? I feel really sad knowing that they're listening going, I didn't get included in the theme song.
But I think that's okay. I mean, when you've got fun memories, like when I talk about something fun that happened that my nephew wasn't alive for, I don't think he goes, oh, gosh.
But these songs, had we made the theme song today, they'd be in.
Yeah.
And they're not.
They're not.
Nothing more
They're
than
not.
feelings.
This is from Lockie. My partner Annabelle and I are doctors, he writes. I'm currently on days while she's on nights, meaning the bed is almost occupied 24 hours a day. Annabelle has started delaying going to bed to make sure the bed has a little bit of a break.
Yeah, no bed can withstand that thrashing. Fabian writes in, I'm an extreme empath. Because all tin cans are now essentially ring pulls, I still like to open one every now and again with my can opener because I feel sorry it doesn't get any use these days.
Nothing more than feelings.
Like all those people that are getting their jobs taken by AI. It's just,
When ring pulls came along, the can openers
good.
were infurious.
From William, vending machine empath. Goes, I bought a bottle of water from vending machine the other day. I'm not an empath, but my wife is. And she got upset and felt sorry for the bottle falling from a height and hurting itself at the top to the bottom of the machine. She felt that I should have selected a water lower down. According to that logic, she would have really been upset when I ripped its head off and drank its bodily fluids.
Nothing more than feelings.
And this is from Alistair. He says, whenever I'm typing and editing a document or email, I sometimes realize I've typed the same word twice. I always make sure that I delete the most recent version of the word, not the original, because I can't stand the thought of ending a word's life because some new upstart version of it just came along and took its place straight away afterwards.
Nothing more than feelings.
Molly, I'm an extreme empath. I just found out that there is a bone in the body called the hyoid, responsible for our ability to talk and swallow, etc. It's the only bone in our body that isn't connected to another bone. He's all alone, floating around like the last kid picked in the schoolyard.
Nothing more than feelings.
Sure, you could have a surgery to connect it to a rib or something, but it would
What, speak a bit weird?
it would impede things, I imagine. All seems to work. And this is from Hannah. She's a flight attendant. Said she's from New Zealand, flies destination back there and back in a day, e.g. Auckland, Fiji, Auckland. I did this last week, and as I closed the aircraft door in Fiji, I noticed a fly had snuck in the aircraft. I was unable to reopen the door and let him out, and I felt immediately sad this fly would soon be arriving in Auckland, never to return to his family, and would have to start a new life 1,300 miles away.
Nothing more than feelings.
A lot of people do migrate to New Zealand, though. It's a lovely.
It is a nicer place.
I
It's a
think the
lovely
fly would
place.
enjoy a crack at the big city. And what's to say if he doesn't just cruise around the... I mean, it's not hard. Fly into the airport, look at the board, see when the plane's going back, and just,
And try and get back
catch your flight home. And we are a lot of things for a lot of people on this show, but I like to think we're the safest space on earth for people that feel things very, very deeply and often handle the torment of living in a world where inanimate objects around them are given the full range and full spectrum of human emotions, and they must deal with those and they must accommodate those. There are, of course, extreme empaths. Love to hear their stories. And the opener for the segment is every single song in the world played all together at once so no one feels left out.
You want to kick it off or me too?
Let me kick it off because I had this thought the other day. I didn't conduct the remedy, but I was actually thinking about this the other day. This is from Brandon. He goes, I was searching for an app on my phone and I came across the Gumtree app.
Oh, yes.
Felt really sad for Gumtree having essentially been wiped out by Facebook Marketplace. So every few days I just open the app and have a little look around with absolutely no intention of buying anything. But I just want the app to know that people could still be interested.
Nothing more than feelings.
It's from Jack. My dad's an extreme empath. He insists on parking his car at the airport so the car has a view. He always parks it facing a window or an open area seeing outside, ideally a few levels up and usually in the east or west so it gets a nice sunshine or sunset.
Nothing more than
Yes.
feelings.
That's a great owner. This is from, I believe her name's APS, APS, on a multi-outlet power board. She writes, it's not 100% full. I make sure every outlet gets its moment in the spotlight. I rotate the power cables around so every connection shares the load equally, ensuring no outlet feels overworked or left out.
Wow.
Nothing more than
Just unplug the TV and I'll move you now to second from the left outlet.
Oh, God, that's
Get a bit of juice from that.
For Paul, there are several variations of the yellow and black wildlife road signs warning of koalas in the area where he
Yeah,
lives.
there are a few different ones, aren't there?
There's just one where the koala's sitting. There's a version of the sign where the koala is waving, as if to say hello to the cars driving by. I've recently discovered I'm a closet empath. When travelling along a country road and I pass a waving koala sign, to my surprise, I found myself involuntarily waving back.
nothing more than feelings.
To be absolutely clear, I will not wave if the koala is not waving.
Yes, I'm just aware of them then. This is from Stephen, and no offense, Steve. I mean, I know this because there's about a lot of extreme empaths, but I feel like this is too far. Often I receive spam or unsolicited emails. Instead of deleting them or moving them to the spam folder, I instead store these in a folder named articles. So this way they don't feel so unwanted.
No.
Too much. And we've become a safe place for people that don't just suffer from a regular amount of empathy, which isn't really a suffer. We all hopefully enjoy a regular amount of empathy so we can think about what it'd be like to be another person. But sometimes you have too much empathy and it becomes almost a crippling situation because you can't stop thinking about not just people, but placing human emotions onto things and worrying about the things as well. And that is why we do Extreme Empaths. And the opener of the segment is every single song in the world, so no songs feel left out. This is a classic one from Dan. I think this sums it up perfectly. Says, at work we got a paper shredder. When I know it hasn't been used in a while, I'll shred a blank sheet of paper so he doesn't get hungry.
Nothing more than feeling.
Just
That's
waiting
interesting.
with an open mouth. So he wants to eat. That's the thing, the idea that the
That's
shredder
part-
wants to eat.
That's the part that's always interesting when people start adding feelings to inanimate objects is I thought he was going to freak out for the paper going through.
So, yeah, the paper's mining. It's just going about its day and then suddenly like someone's just shoving paper in your mouth.
Yes.
But no, he's hungry for paper. He wants to eat it.
This one came in from Emily. Extreme Empaths. I spent hours making my partner a cake in the shape of a minion for his birthday.
Yep.
It was actually very good. I mean, obviously, Ham, you make very good cakes, so people would be cautious.
If
saying
the minion's standing up, that's very, very impressive. I dare say it was probably a flat lay minion, but still a difficult shape. And depending on how delicate you want the icing and the eyes and stuff, well done.
Problem arose. Every time he went to cut the cake, he pretended the minion was screaming in pain. I got upset and started crying and took the cake away from him.
Nothing more than feeling.
Yeah, you can't give birthday cakes or piñatas human feelings because there's a salt at the heart of the party ceremony that needs to take place, whether it be cutting or bashing. This is one that's like, God, this is getting into the weeds here, and it's not even my most complicated one for today.
Okay, great.
This is from George. So if my partner does the ironing, they have to judge the amount of water they need to pour into the iron versus the amount of clothes that require ironing. If there's any water left over, they feel sorry for the water that doesn't get to experience the sensation of becoming steam, like all the water before it. If there's no clothes to iron, they'll stand and move the iron back and forth on the ironing board till the water runs out. I have watched them stand there for 10 minutes post-ironing so all the water can be set free into the atmosphere.
Nothing more than feeling.
So it's like if you just think about every little drop that's coming, that's like, this is it, this is what we wanted.
Yep.
Strange that, in this case, the water has the feelings and the iron is inanimate.
Yeah.
So the iron is like a theme park and the water is the participants going to the theme park, and she just doesn't want the theme park to close before everyone's had a chance to go on the rides.
This is from Poppy. Extreme Empaths. My partner and I were recently on an overseas trip. When we saw our Qantas plane arrive and passengers get off, she started to get really sad that the plane wouldn't get enough rest before we had to go 14 hours back to Australia.
Nothing more than feeling.
It's you kind of get it because it's like Thomas the Tank Engine world.
Yes.
That was sort of the whole basis of Thomas the Tank Engine's.
You'd get some grumpy engines if they had to go
Logic.
straight back out. Yeah.
But again, Jack, you've probably still almost in Thomas world. Wasn't the motive for the trains? They liked doing their job, didn't they? They didn't. They weren't like, oh, I can't believe I've got to lug more coal.
I
They
think
quite
one
liked it, didn't
of
they?
them was Grumpy
Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You named your kid after.
I didn't know until I named him that. I did remember there was a Gordon in the train set, but I didn't realize he was the grumpy one.
Yep.
And I think he's got a problem with like any job he's handed, he's got a problem with it.
They have a weird
That's running your
relationship.
family.
And he's always trying to get free carriages from the other trains. From my memory, they've got a real issue with the coal. They have to carry like coal trailers or whatever, and they kind of hate them. It's like this weird.
It's a nicer thing to carry a passengers from memory.
Yeah, they don't like there's something they like. They think the coal carriages are like. They just don't like working together. It's a strange one. It feels almost like it wouldn't be PC. Like it verges on this like a weird kind of class separation. Anyway, with the last Extreme Empath I had, the water had the feelings. Similar world now, but this is from Matt. And it's not the water that has the feelings, it's the vessels this time. Because look, I'm an extreme empath. I got a trait that I hadn't thought too much about until he started talking about it. When I boil the kettle for a coffee or tea, I make my beverage first, and then I feel really bad for the kettle, just holding on to excess boiling water for no reason, likely suffering in the meantime.
Oh.
So I always pour out any additional water into the sink to let it cool off. Fortunately, then I feel bad for the sink. I was just sitting there. Deep this one. I was just sitting there minding its own business before a blast of boiling hot water hits it from nowhere. So I always make sure to give the sink a quick blast of cold water so it doesn't get too upset. P.S. You might be thinking I feel sad for my coffee cup in the same way as the kettle because suddenly it gets boiling water on it. But actually, no. As the cup was designed for coffee, and at least in my head, this would be the happiest time of the day, doing what it was supposed to do for a brief moment.
But the kettle's designed for hot water.
Yeah, as well. I mean, I suppose that's... I mean, Jack, you can't
apply logic.
I don't know how Matt's ever got out of the kitchen because it's just sitting there splashing hot water on this, cold water on that, putting the placemat on the table, but then rushing, giving the placemat a rest over here. So you've had to be on the table, then putting a blanket on the table because now it's cold. It's just a nightmare.
Yeah, Australia goes into deep drought just because Matt has to keep flushing.
Hot, cold.
Nothing more than feeling.
Hey, we never thought we'd be the place for this, but it's for extreme empaths to come together and share their moments of feeling deep feelings for everyday objects. And it's a place they can share. We've got another round right now. Of course, the opener being every single song ever written, so no song feels left out. Do you want to kick it off? Do you want me to?
Mate, so many have come in. Just you're kind of like, this is... Let's start with Margaret.
Okay.
She says, we've got a cupboard at work that doesn't quite close properly, so I have to kick it shut.
Ooh.
Every time I kick it, I have to whisper, so sorry. I have to open that cupboard at least 10 times a day, so it means I have to kick it at least 10 times a day. But I try and kick it in a different spot every time so it doesn't get too sore.
Nothing more than feelings.
Lovely, Margaret. Carly Ham here. I was drinking coffee out of my husband's Star Wars-themed number one dad in the Galaxy mug. A gift he bought
Well, it
him.
ain't Darth, I'll tell you that. He was a very absent father.
True. A gift he bought himself for Father's Day while I was unfolding the washing. I happened to fold the pair of matching number one dad in the Galaxy socks when that came with the mug and set them down on the laundry bench next to the mug. I realised it was the first reunion of the socks and the mug since the day they were packaged together as a gift set. So I gave them the afternoon to catch up.
Nothing more than feelings.
All right. I've got two rock-related ones. Matt.
Really, rocks?
Rocks.
I would have thought
rock-related.
there were some that are just immune.
No, feelings can be attributed to everything.
Okay.
Whenever my girlfriend Emily goes to a pebbly beach, she digs up pebbles below the surface whenever she's sitting because she's sad that some pebbles won't ever get to see the sunlight.
Nothing more than feelings.
Now that is a long. That's really, if you
Never
really
ending.
start extrapolating that's a long sit at the beach because how does some get chosen and some not? Here's another quick one. It's from Michael. He's in Ireland. Because I thought I was immune to extreme empathy until I was on holidays in Greece. I was relaxing by the beach, tossing in the odd stone or two to the ocean. When it suddenly hit me, that rock has been painstakingly making its way up the seabed and onto the shore for potentially centuries, taking advantage of every wave and every tide to barely move. And here I am just whimsically undoing all that hard graft when all that rock wants to do is relax on the beach as well.
Nothing more than feelings.
This is from Ashley. I'm an empath working at a winery cellar door,
Okay.
and we change the 9 wine tasting list every week. I've noticed the manager consistently puts the most popular wines back on the list. So when I was asked to make the list this week, I put all our least popular wines because I felt bad that they would sit on the shelf watching everyone else get sold. It filled me with such great joy every time someone said something nice about the generally unpopular wines when tasting them. By the way, I'm sure it's unrelated, but I'm no longer allowed to make the tasting list.
Nothing more than feelings.
And is this one the best? No. No, God, no.
Just feels left out.
God, no, we have heaps of it. This comes from Miranda. She goes, I didn't think I was an extreme empath, but I do have some signs. I work in a factory and my coworker will only run his machine on a speed that's an even number.
Oh.
While he was on holiday this week and I'm running his machine, I found myself running on only odd number speeds because I feel bad they never get their chance to shine. And the even numbers might also be tired. Gives me some peace of mind to know that they've felt love for at least a week before going back into retirement.
Nothing more than feelings.
Hopefully time for one more. This is from Jed. In a moment of extreme empathy, I recently put my container of microwave rice on the outside of the rotating plate in the microwave rather than the center so it wouldn't get dizzy.
I've got to finish this one because I reckon I do the same. Although I don't know if I do it as an extreme empath. I just do it through a sense of like, I don't know, sportsmanship. Abby, when putting a trolley back at the supermarket when there's more than one rack, I'll put mine in the shorter rack so they have the hope that they'll catch the more popular rack. Like I feel like I do that too because you want to see it be an even race.
Nothing more than feelings.
Too late.
Very late. Pam, they keep coming in. So we should make all the other extreme empaths feel good about themselves and know that
Totally.
it's a safe place on this show. Let's jump into it. It's our opener, of course. Every single song in the world.
All the noises in the world. No one's left out.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
This is from Rose. She goes, extreme empath, guys. I recently moved our lounge room around so that the room had a more open vibe.
Cool.
Because the couch has moved, the TV now faces a different direction. I worry that the pictures on the wall of my great-grandparents are sad because they can no longer see the TV from their vantage point.
Yes.
It's like they can hear it, but they won't be able to see subtitles, which will be disappointing for them.
Sure. It was probably scaring them a bit, being a technology that maybe was invented after their death.
Yes, so yeah, that's
So
nice.
that might be making them feel better, that they're now not as freaked out by it.
Absolutely.
Nothing more than feelings.
We've got a kind of a reverse one here, Ando. This is from Ed from the Netherlands. He says, right before a big deadline the other week, my computer keyboard decided to give up on me, leaving me unable to finish the work in time. I have since replaced it with a new keyboard, but I keep the old one on my desk so it has to watch, reflect, and think about the chaos it caused.
Nothing more than feelings.
That is a bit of a reverse one.
It's the only way to learn.
You don't do that often in real life, do you? Where you get replaced, but then you have to stay at the workplace and see how much better the new guy is at the job
This
than you
is why
were.
we got rid of you.
I would love that, actually. There's certain
See
people
that-
we've worked with over time where when they've been replaced, I've gone, gee, this person can actually do the job. It'd be nice for them to wander back in and go, hey, have a look how
Or like Hoyt's getting Jack back. We're like, see these boys? Look at how they just give all the change over to the customer. They keep none for themselves.
Allegedly. This is from Alex, extreme empath. I pump my boobs for breastfeeding, and one boob is definitely way more productive than the other. On my tracking app, though, I consistently submit the quantity as 50-50 split
It's all coming from the same tank.
across the left and the right. I certainly don't want to embarrass the other boob or make it feel bad that it's not producing as much.
Yeah, you don't want it to give up overnight. Just be like, well, if you're always playing favourites, then what's the point of it being here?
Nothing more than feelings.
Wake up and it's not there. Quite clear.
You know what? I'm out.
I'm out of here.
You love Lefty so much. Let's see you feed the whole baby from Lefty. Ando, this comes in from Elliot. He's in the UK. Now, you might need a bit of special information here, but I'm happy to provide it because I'm an extreme empath. I always have been, always will be. Weirdly, I have very little empathy for humans, which might be the case for extreme empaths. Maybe they're using it all on inanimate objects. I often find myself thinking about this one and it makes me sad. Mega blocks, which
What
for
are
those
Mega
that don't know, they're kind of imitation Lego.
Okay.
Similar, but they're not official Lego, and I can go into the reasons why they're deeply inferior. I'm also contractually, I'm not allowed to ever hold them, be photographed with them,
Of course.
or certainly not promote them in any way.
Yes.
It makes me sad that they're never going to be as popular as Lego. Well, I can tell you why, Elliot. Again, it's the chemical makeup. They don't have the correct clutch power, and they are inferior. Whenever a kid opens Mega Bloks as a present, they're always a little bit disappointed that it's not Lego. It's not the Mega Bloks' fault. They just want to be loved and played with.
Well, Wayne, you didn't really.
Again, Elliot,
Yeah.
it is the Mega Bloks' fault. I might have editorialized this one too much.
Nothing more than feeling.
Like it. This is from Sachi. I've always known that I'm an extreme empath, but last night was a severe case. I was making dinner and decided to turn on the heater in the lounge room so I could read a book afterwards. Anyway, fast forward an hour, and I was locking the house before going to bed, and I stumbled across the warm room I'd forgotten about. With guilt, I turned off the heater and made my way to bed. After 5 minutes of lying there, I couldn't bear to think the heater had heated up the room and went to all that effort to warm it for me. So I got out of bed and went to the lounge room and read until the room became cold again.
Nothing more than feeling.
I mean, there's also a cost factor there to that. You'd be like, look, I've paid for this heat.
Yes.
I might as well absorb some of it into my skin.
I have that all the time
Maybe-
when I've ordered food and I'm like, I've ordered way too much, but I've paid for it now. I have to be a glutton. Yeah.
Something has to be eaten here. Speaking of eating, this is a whopper, but I think it needs to all be read.
Great.
Tim, who's in France, he said, my girlfriend and I, we work on a river barge in the Burgundy region of France. We take mostly American tourists up and down the canals of the area where they eat and drink fancy French food and wine. While working on the boat, we eat about 90% of the same food as the guests and drink whatever wine happens to not be drunk by the guests. So I don't know if they're eating it off the plate, but I think it's just sort of same kitchen. Came for everyone. Our guests being mostly American, they're very well off. They're not concerned about getting value for money, and out of every last bite and glass, and they almost always have leftover food on their plate. And the cruise throws it into the river, throws the food into the river to feed he points out here, the pescafauna, to feed the fish.
Yep.
So it's good for the fish to throw all the food into the river. At the conclusion of the main meal, but before the dessert of each lunch, we always serve a local cheese to round out the culinary experience. That is the French custom. You always finish with a cheese dish. Must be very nice. There's often cheese left over that makes its way into the fridge of the crew, and it's not thrown out overboard because cheese obviously lasts a lot longer and it's too good. It's too tempting for the crew to throw it overboard, and they just keep it. Now, admittedly, he says, while the fish eat very well from the leftovers we throw to them, I often picture them being French fish, sitting disappointed at the bottom of the canal when the meal is not followed by a cheese course, as is the traditional French way. So each meal, after we throw over the leftover food, I secretly go and cut off a piece of cheese, breaking it into several small pieces and then furtively tossing the cheese into the river after all the leftovers have been tossed in so the fish can finish their meal in the customary fashion.
Nothing more than feeling.
Now, that's not empathy for an inanimate object, but that is a deep level of feeling for a fish who must be fed degustations. Like, I assume these fish are pretty happy eating a worm.
Happy.
But when Tim and his girlfriend are cruising, they will get the full course.